So, my introduction was all about the languages that I speak. But I'll start from there. I used to think that I was not good with languages. Why, you might ask? Well, it started in secondary school, first day of French class. My French teacher had transferred from King's College. I was at Queen's College in Lagos. And she had been teacher to my brother, who she adored. And she came and she looked at me and said, I hope you like your brother. I hope you like your brother. He was so amazing. And somehow I could tell that she found me lacking. She punctuated this sentiment with a slap across my face. Why? Because according to her, I was making noise. I maintained that I was just asking my friend, my seatmate, to give me her pencil sharpener. The little girl in me concluded that she was right, and there was somewhere I couldn't compare and I wasn't good. So all throughout secondary school, I failed French. And mind you, I was not an F student. I managed, but French, I always failed. Fast forward, it's time to go to university, and my sister had the idea right before my first year that instead of idling around that summer, that I should go and learn French. For me, I was just attracted by the idea of going to France. So I said, yes, I'll go, let's go and learn French. So off I went to France, and I arrived at my school in Vichy, in the heart of France, small town. And the teacher was speaking French to me. I wanted the ground to open and swallow me. And I wanted to scream at her, but I'm not good at languages. Speak in English. Perhaps at least I could understand the question and be able to answer. She must have seen the terror, the anguish, the frustration all rolled up and visible in my eyes. But she didn't budge. 2 months later, I was speaking and conversing in French. And this was greatly aided by the patience of said teacher and the French family that I lived with that believed in me and believed that I could do it. Why do I share this story? Because mindset matters. The stories that we tell ourselves matter. The stories that others tell us about ourselves matter. I could have gone a lifetime believing that I was not good in languages, denying my gift. Why? Because I had been told I wasn't. And in being told I had believed I wasn't. And in believing, it had become my truth. I see people nodding in the room, so somehow that resonates, right? So the title of this TEDx is Building Bridges, Not Walls. And it's all about teaching women about the things that can work against us in the patriarchal world. Allow me to focus on a particular element of this theme, which is building bridges to yourself and breaking down the walls of all the things that do not serve you, that keep you from your full potential. And your full potential is to be found in self, in your truth. We know that the truth will set you free. Thank you. So, in discussing and thinking about this theme and all the things that work against us, I'd like to do a little exercise with us, if you would indulge me. Please close your eyes. You might picture a little girl, the little girl that was told that she was not good enough, not pretty enough, not tall enough, not skinny enough, not fat enough, not smart enough, too stupid. When was that first time that you started to believe these voices and started to believe that they defined you? That you were about your looks for better or for worse. Do you have that little girl in your mind's eye? What she looks like, how she's looking at you, what she's wearing, how she feels about being told these things about herself. Keep her in your eyes and open them. This little girl is you. She is part of you. The only difference is that we grew up, but she didn't. And she never healed from those insecurities, all those things told that she was being told that she isn't, all the ways that she cannot be. Believing the voice of her teachers. So fast forward, and here we are all seated together. And sometimes a conflict arises. We want to be who we are, right? Someone just mentioned, who am I? And, finding yourself. And in being yourself, does that become being someone's wife? Being entitled, using your femininity was mentioned earlier. Putting on a front because you don't want to be too emotional, you're a power woman and you should look a certain way. All these things, not judging either as right or wrong, but really shining a light on the danger of those things not defining you, not being who you're about. So here we are, and earlier we mentioned why the question of the age-old question, do women pull each other down or not? While we, of course, not all women pull each other down. Look at us, we're all here to support each other, bringing each other together to learn from each other. But should we pull each other down? Is it because someone else pulled us down? Is it because someone else told us that we were not good enough, and from that space of pain, we need to inflict that on another? Is it because we do not know how to pull ourselves up? Do we know how to build bridges to our power, to ourselves, so that we know what it is that we're capable of? About 4 years ago, I was heartbroken. And I felt in my heartbreak like a victim. And I would just want to spend my time sinking into this victim space and being sad about the world and my situation. And one Saturday, my plan had been just to be sad. And I thought, no, we can't keep doing this to ourselves. Something has to give. So I'd read somewhere about coloring and how it was meditative, and I know I needed my mind to move away from where it was. So I went to the supermarket, got colors, got a coloring book, children's coloring book, went back home, and I colored. For hours, I colored. And at the end, something had shifted in me. Over the years, I now have come to understand that shift as this conscious effort to really go deep inside and what is going on. We can be victims of the situation, the difficulties, the challenges. They're all parts of life, and we've all lived them in different ways, shapes, and forms. Or we can take control and say, what is going on? And that is that bridge building. And mind you, thank you. To build a bridge, you first clear the debris, right? You don't just start building. So what are those things that are not serving you? Those things that are blocking the road from flowing. And then you start visioning. What can that bridge look like? You start designing, and then you're building. Because you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. So what is it that is inside? What is the voice that is telling you that what is shaping your narrative of who you are and what it is that you can contribute to this world? Watch that voice, because it shapes so much of our reality. Over the years, a deep practice of mine had been, someone mentioned that early in the morning, your mindset is so important. I couldn't agree more. There's a practice called morning pages that I've been doing for about 3.5 years now. I have many books full. And what is it? You wake up in the morning, I wake up in the morning. Before I reach for my phone, please don't do that when you wake up. Before I start checking Facebook, Insta, whatever it is that's clouding your mind with external narrative, check in. Where am I? What is going on? And I check in by writing. 3 pages longhand, I write. And in writing, I can hear where I'm at, the narrative that is echoing in my mind, my pain, my joy, my hopes, my dreams, my aspirations, my insecurities, all of it, I hear it so clearly. I'm not saying you must do this to build a bridge to yourself. I'm sharing my practice, and for many people it's different. It could be taking a walk. It could be praying, communication with God, singing, thanksgiving. It could be deep conversations with people that enrich your soul. It could just be a quiet moment with yourself to reflect, to check in. How was yesterday? Did I do what I wanted to do? What do I want to do today? There's so many ways, but the key is connect. That space of connection I found for myself to be key. So as we talk about bridge building, you pictured the person in your mind's eye. She might have been a little girl, and there's some men in you, maybe a little boy as well. How can you connect to that which you are and let go of all the voices that tell you things that do not serve you about yourself? Me and myself, the little girl that I was, believed that she was not good in languages. And she is one and the same with the woman that stands in front of you now. And I believe in the things that do serve me and who I am and all the things that in being I can contribute to this world. Remember Ubuntu. It's been mentioned. I am because you are, and you are because we are. But first of all, you are. And in being in your truth, in your full potential, then you can give, and we can together, because only together can we go the distance. We can contribute to the future that we know is so important for us to usher in. I am because you are, and you are because we are. Thank you so much.